You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy vault your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. You okay?
I have a story for you.
I can't wait because before we started recording, you said, "Oh, I have a story for you." And if we didn't talk about it before recording,
Yeah,
I can't wait now. Wait,
so
is there an
how many of us
affirmation?
What
Hold on,
did you say?
is there an affirmation to go with your story?
What we're going to
before
say
we-
the affirmation is I have endless patience today.
Oh boy. Okay. Buckle
But
up.
do you know
I've
me?
got right. Well, yeah. And so
This is where I get in trouble in life.
I'm
And if I
buckled
could-
up. I'm ready. I've got a snack. I've got coffee. This is going to be good. Do I need Bailey's for my coffee? Are we good?
So those that know me know that I do not have patience and I want to fix everything.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've been working years on fixing that. And sometimes I break down.
I don't know if it needs to be fixed because part of it makes you who you are.
I hear
we're just
you.
we're just filing off some of the more abrasive edges. That's all.
All right. Well, I have a 15-year-old son. He is my baby. He's the last one at home. And I'm going to say he's just like his father. Nothing like his mother. Just like his father this morning. So it's snowing again in Maine. Again.
Right? It's pouring down here in Mass.
Yeah. And he had his mindset on we were not going to have school today.
Oh, he was trying that whole, if I put it into the universe, it shall be.
Yeah. And you know, my kid, he's a Scott. What do you call him?
I call him Sasquatch.
Yeah, right. He is a 15-year-old that looks like he could be 25 because he's just, and he's got the mindset of a 15-year-old. So this morning, my ritual, I call him at 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. Are you going to take a shower this morning?
Hold on. You live in the same house and you call him? I just want to put that out there.
Well, because I'm scared to go into his room sometimes.
I am so glad I am not my husband used to be like, just go. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere near his room.
No.
I'm so glad to know that I'm not the only parent who calls their kids with phones. Anyway, continue with the Sasquatch.
So 6 a.m. call. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? I love you. You have school today, right? I'll wake you up in 10 minutes. Okay, mom, sweet as pie. The 6:10 wake up though, he realized that he had school and he was like, thank God I was on the other side of the house because I heard everything he said. He was so angry about having to go to school, right? And how many of us, and I really expect how many of us do this in our day-to-day business?
Of course. Right? I don't want to go to work today. It's very
right?
rare in my world that happens, but there are days where not this little positive ray of sunshine is a positive. You've seen me at my work.
I've seen both sides.
Yeah.
So the old Tiffany would have immediately reacted and tried to talk him into doing what was right and not self-discover. But I let it go. And I let him rant for 20 minutes.
Rant is such a good word.
And finally I hear, I'm just going to go to school. I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. This is ridiculous. And I didn't have to have any words. Normally, the old Tiffany would have been so frustrated and so angry, and I would have been like, right, and he would have been, and we would have had this thing. However, we did not. And he did what he needed to do. He self-discovered all by himself, and I am not stressed out.
Well, I love this because this shocks me with your kids because you have a lot and they're all older. Well, not a ton. You don't have like 40 of them. You're not. But it cracks me up that with Sasquatch, you're so reactive because when it comes to other people's kids, you have the patience of a saint. My child will crawl up one side of you, down the other. She's twisted around you like a freaking scarf. sassy pants and you have the patience of a saint, but when it comes to your own kids or your grandkids too, you're glam on over there. The it cracks me up how you guys are so close too, and I think that's what it is, and it's amazing how we do this in our own business, right? So if you look around you and the people who are closest to you in your business, how many times have we done this where we've gone in and we've ranted and raged about something that was out of our control, or maybe it was, but we felt out of control, and then the people in our world know and match our personalities sometimes. So instead of sitting back like I do with you sometimes and just letting you rant and rave, we go back and forth. Could you imagine if I was as reactive as you are? We'd be like,
well, what I love about you is you're like, that's great. And no, we're not discussing that, because I wanted to talk about a lot on these calls, self, right? All about me, but that's not what any of this is about, right? Like at the end of the day, and I was like, wow, why didn't I do that 28 years ago with my first kid?
I know.
It really worked. It's growth, right? We grow.
And we can grow. We grow at any age and stage. And I think that's so important, because you in your late 20s were a very different parent than I was in my late 20s than we are as parents now. And I this is the beauty of our world here. People think we sell houses. People think we just help people produce. But the way we're coached in all things business ends up rolling into our daily life and makes us just better parents.
Yeah.
Right. And how about this? So I was a reactive parent for a long time. I was a single mom. So like when I hit my point of no return and the boys knew how to push me to that, there was no coming back from it sometimes. And then we were doing the same thing. Like it was not healthy for anyone. So the scariest parent I was when I was a quiet, silent parent. And it was amazing how they self-discovered things on their own as well. I wish just like you, I wish I'd learned this much earlier in my life. Things would have been a little different.
Yeah.
But
and I think that's the point, right? Like, what do I love about Keller Williams? Because, and I've told this story, I tell this story as many times as I can. Like, I've been an agent since 99 in Maine. I was an agent at 1996 in Jersey, right? When I moved to KW in 2013, my whole life changed, like, because it's mindset, right? So I just laugh, because how many times do we have team members? Do we have sellers? Do we have buyers? Do we have, if you're in leadership, you have an agent that comes at you and you're like, you want to solve their problem and not let them self-discover. And I was like, wow, I'm going to shut up more often. Like, I'm going to just keep my words to myself, because people self-discover.
It's amazing. Because I do it with you. Let's be honest and real with our friends. There are many times where I call you, pick up the phone, and I am just like, just listen. And I rant for a few minutes, because I also trust you. And I know that you're going to be like, are you done? Okay, you feel better? Okay, bye. Because there's nothing, sometimes just saying the words, all I need. And I say this to my husband too. I'm like, I don't want your solutions.
No,
I just want you to sit there. Shut up, look at me, let me just get this out of my brain, but don't give me solutions. I just have to get it out. And sometimes we just need that outlet, and coaching is so important for that. And you get coached, we all get coached. And I think part of your growth this year is you're on a different team, on our regional team. You're meeting people and being forced to people in a completely different way and make friends. And I drag you out, but you went out on your own during family reunion and met up with people. I didn't have to drag you anywhere. But I think you're entering a different point in your life, just like our agents are entering a different point in their career. We've learned that this is going to be one of the hardest years in real estate, and it's going to suck, and we have to embrace the suck, and we have to work harder than ever. Real estate is no longer going to be fish in a barrel. Now comes stealth and skill,
right?
Not speed. So please remember this story from today when you are working with buyers, sellers, people on your team, people in your market center or around you who support you. Let them self-discover.
Let them rant.
Sometimes you just need to.
Yeah. Because the self-discovery sometimes, because all you're doing is discovering out loud. And unfortunately, there's people around you that get to experience it with you.
I know. And sometimes I just let that voices in my head talk back to me. Sometimes I put like a Tiffany on one shoulder, like good Tiffany on one and devil Tiffany on the other. And I talk to myself. I think we all do. I think I'm just a little more verbose about it than most because we all know I'm crazy. But I do talk to the voices in my head. But it is much better when you have a person to talk to, because that ego will drive you insane. The little devil and the angel on your shoulders. So here's my suggestion when these things happen. Text yourself what happened, how you reacted, whether negative or positive. How did it make you feel? And if somebody else was involved, what was the reaction of that person?
Yeah.
I think when you log it and you understand the other side of things and how you could hurt people or make people feel, there's a big difference of how you will approach that situation in the future.
Yeah. I'm fortunate enough. Brad Knowles is our team leader, and he always says, deal with it at the time. Because the amount of, no matter what, if you deal with it today or you wait 2 weeks from now, the only thing about waiting 2 weeks from now is there's a story that you keep telling yourself, right?
Yep.
So, as much as it was loud and obnoxious this morning, I'm glad that he did it, because he didn't bottle it and then release it at school, right? So when you're and relating that to work, have the conversation with the trust, even if it, like, you and I we'll rant back and forth about things that are going on, but we trust each other. It stays within,
Yep.
So who's your trusted person?
Right. And you'll call me out on my BS and you'll be like, is this really an issue? That's my favorite. So what is the real issue is what you've always said to me. And I was like, well, I don't know what the issue is. I just know I'm mad and I'm running off emotion right now. And I just had to get it out. And now I can be smart. And now I can think it through. But you're right. I need my person, my trusted person who, because you and I live in a world where not many people understand what we do for work, or the emotion that is attached to agents and the calls we get, the emails we get, the situations we get put in, which I learned from every one of them. And I love even the negative conversations because they do end up being something positive or a learning moment. But yep, that's my thing. Text yourself. What are you going to do for Chris to reward good behavior today? Are you going to make brownies?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to make whoopie pies with him tonight.
I knew you were going to say that because I love whoopie pies so much. They're my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I was gifted a very amazing gift from the region for my birthday, and my son gets to benefit from it. So, so we're going to do whoopie pies today.
Excellent. Well, if you can save some for me, or you can just make them the next time you come down. That would be fantastic.
All right, my friend, have an amazing day. Stay dry.
Yep. Stay with power.
Yes, that's the plan. I have a busy day.
All right, lady. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.